Hello and welcome to episode 36 of Commander's Log. I am the Dungeon Master, Logan, and I'd like to give a very special shout out to Jason Mordell of In the Vast Forest on Spotify and Bandcamp. Be sure to check him out. But while you're checking people out, make sure you also check out Roll for Sketching on Instagram. She does all of our awesome character art, so you might be seeing a little bit extra character art coming out from her for us soon.
Ooh.
So check the Instagrams. Over
Hey
to you.
guys, I'm your player and my name is Brandon, and welcome back to another episode of Commander's Log.
Commander's Log.
We are super pleased to have you here with us, and episode 36 is here now. Can you do it?
I can't. Oh wait, hold on. I've got an idea.
Those who just watched me do that first as though.
Did you really?
Yeah, but it's okay.
Oh no. Well, now
Hey,
I feel stupid.
it's perfectly
And
fine.
I look stupid.
We wrapped up our giveaway last week or change a little bit, 2 weeks ago almost now. And Mr. Zerion13 was our winner for our turtle tabs. We reached out to you one time. We'll try to reach out to you again. If we don't hear anything back pretty soon here at the next 48 hours or so, we'll probably go to the next winner. So please reach out so we can get you those cool turtle tabs. I believe that's all the announcements we really got to break out today. And so that really just means last time on Commander's Log.
Commander's Log.
It was simple. Carson continued to explore Raftport and what it had in store. That eventually led him down to Z's place, where he found a beautiful artisan of ballista and magical, not necessarily magical, but very useful ammunition for ballista. And in so, took him to a very enchanting mistress, Antonia, where a very long conversation was had. Many items were traded both ways, from Carson and from her, and Carson received quite a few magical items in that regard. Eventually that finished and wrapped up, and a dinner was held on the Starhammer for old friends, if you will, and new friends, meaning Tantham and Rifa. When we wrapped up last time, we had just finished dinner, and with a night's rest, we find Carson still on Raftport.
We sure do.
Over to you.
So, you wake up in the belly of the Starhammer on the belly of the beast. You got swallowed by a whale in the middle of the night. You didn't know it. It's a space whale. It's called a Kandori. We'll get there someday.
Okay.
You wake up in the belly of the beast of the Starhammer in your familiar quarters. Whenever you stir, you see how your pet bat, Mudbat specifically, who you would know is 100% the last of his kind at this point. It kind of sets in. When you look over at him, you know all the others are gone that had ever been, that were ever were. He's the one. And that moment kind of strikes you as you find yourself waking in the morning. And I'm sorry, I just left you with that. It hit me as I was saying it, and I was like, dang, it really is the last one. So I'll let that one sink in as we pick up in the morning after a long rest. You loaded down with fresh new items, the crew expanding, and most importantly, you're on Raftport, the kind of like trading hub ran by Octavian Crimson. What do you do, Carson Hallebrand?
I start to dance.
Okay.
I dance well.
Would you make a performance check for me?
Dance. Okay, I will leave an extra little bit of a blueberry bread for Hal, because he's the last one in space. And I will eventually, I guess I'll make a way to my crew that morning as I kind of look for everybody anybody that wants to go, I will let them know that I am on my way to go speak with Octavian.
Most of them are busy about their days, but Pizor, as always, I'd come with you. Honestly, I don't think I should leave you alone with a vampire, so...
I would appreciate it. I really don't want to be by myself either. Have you already eaten? Are you ready? We've got today is going to be jam-packed.
Oh yes, I'm full.
Okay.
Brish is honestly, he's been flourishing since we've landed back on the on Vishrota. He got a whole lot of local ingredients and his cooking has leveled up. It's so much better than the weird things he was grabbing from space.
I would agree with you. It's been quite phenomenal.
No more jellies that wink at you. Ugh.
Right. Okay. Well, let's start heading there. It'll take us a minute to get down there.
Okay.
And then we'll walk straight to Mr. Vampire.
Okay. So you wind your way down the carved out tunnel, or the carved out caverns that lead further and further deeper into Raftport, as you now know it. You make your way past the market that you had previously yesterday plundered with your large stores of gold, as well as made off with a good deal of magic items after doing a quick exchange with Antonia. You pass down and you head to what you would remember as the lair of Metacrass, the obsidian dragon. I had to think what he was. I tried to call him the void dragon, but that's not correct. The obsidian dragon that you had fought down with Carlisle Colchester. As you head down, the dankness of the cavern kind of starts to chill your bones, and your nerves are on edge for what's to come. Remembering the last time you came in here, the disaster you had walked into. You find your way onto the very last ramp that heads down, and you see it guarded by this massive ogre. The ogre itself has chunks of flesh missing and has bone exposed, and just kind of glances at you and pushes a halberd across the opening doorway.
I look as strong and as a presence as I can hold, shoulders back, chest high, chin over the parallel of the ground. Is Octavian taking guests this morning?
From deep within, the darkness that seeps past the ogre, you hear a voice. Who is calling?
It is Commander Carson Hallebrand of the Starhammer.
Let him in. And the ogre moves out of the way, and you're allowed in.
Give him a little head nod and I walk in.
Okay. As you head in, you remember the large pillar that once took up the majority of this cavern. It is gone. It has been removed from this location. And instead, you see what is ultimately dark all around you. Do you have dark vision?
No.
Okay. So, truthfully, you do not...
I do, but I think we've played that I haven't.
I think we have as well.
Yeah.
No. You walk forward, and everything around you is in pitch black. You are on edge at all times, and you hear a voice call out, not far away from you. And he says, Carson Hallebrand, the living legend, you have finally graced my presence. Please, sit. I think it's time we have a chat.
I wouldn't mind, but it is rather dark in here.
I apologize. And he claps his hand, and dancing lights spring forward from him and just kind of light up the cavern in a very dull, purplish glow. You see he's not alone. There is a bunch of lounges around, like love seats, couches. It's a very comfortable area. And there's kind of like one large... I'd almost call it like a bed in a way, where there is several people kind of like lounging all around. Kind of think of it as like not a brothel by any means, but I'm going to have to relate it back to Star Wars, so sorry. But walking into Jabba's palace,
Okay.
where there is just different individuals all around. It's hard to truthfully tell if these are Torvengard residents, if they're residents from Visrotar, or other. There's beast folk, there's humans, there's dwarves, there's people you don't recognize that are lounging all throughout, and kind of central in this one large chair, this overstuffed chair with this gigantic tall back that looms. You see a pale man. He has this sweeping black hair that's kind of like long and shoulder length. He has very humanoid features by all means, but just look like he hasn't touched the sun in ages. His lips are very like bright red, and he's holding a glass of what looks like this deep, deep crimson color. And he's kind of swirling it around in his hands as he lounges, and he looks at you, and he points over to a pair of like is a love seat 2 couches?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, he
Two
points over to a love seat and he says, "Please, take a seat. I see you have brought a guest."
I have. This is my quartermaster, Pizor.
It is a pleasure to meet you, Pazor. Would you guys like a drink?
I'm good. Pizor?
No, just I think I am fine from breakfast.
Yeah, we just ate. Thank you for the offer. And we'll go sit down.
I'd be a poor host if I did not offer you something. So, Carson, I'm surprised to not call you captain, but little birdie has told me you do not like that. You prefer commander. Your reputation precedes you, you know. There is quite a air of reverence the people of Torvengard hold for you.
You're not the first to tell me that. And you know, Octavian, I kind of have a bone to pick with you.
Oh, is that so?
It is.
I'm sorry.
You see, I killed that dragon.
That is a very good point. You did kill that dragon.
And I would think that I would lay claim to its hoard.
You would think, but in my line of work, finders, keepers. You left.
And I was the finder.
You did, yes.
You invaded. Wouldn't you say?
In a way, I mean, truthfully, who really owned this, right? Metacrass simply landed here. He inhabited it. Was it his?
At
I
that
wouldn't
point.
think so.
At that point, it would have been.
And then you killed Metacrass, but you laid no claim. You simply killed this occupant, and then you left.
Oh, I didn't. I left for a small amount of time.
A small amount of time was all it needed for a new inhabitant.
It's interesting.
It is. I'm not going to lie, I owe you great debt for killing Metacrass. That he was a thorn in my side, my goodness. I'd be inclined to do you a favor. Depending.
A what?
Depending on what you ask, I'd be inclined to do you a favor.
So what is it that caused you to have such a personal vendetta against Metacross?
Everything. He took my foot. He took my wife. He tried to take my ship. Narrowly escaped with that. On top of that, the stupid cult he was a part of was obscene.
What cult is that?
The Hunger, they called themselves. There are a few that still run around. They serve Zolzal, the Great Destroyer. This is my favor, if you ask.
Your favor to me?
Yes.
To give me this information?
Yes. Just, unless you don't want it, I can stop right here.
Oh, that is fine. You can stop right there then.
Oh,
That is
hold on to the favor.
That is quite a meager exchange for someone who caused you such great harm and dissatisfaction for you just to give me a few sentences of information. Doesn't seem quite fair.
I mean, sure, there is more.
Oh, I'm sure there is.
You have encountered plenty of that cult before.
Right. I find it interesting that you've never mentioned the Thri-Kreen
You
to
know,
anyone.
they're really not important.
That's interesting. Why would you ever say that? I feel like they have a very strong importance in this sphere.
You would think. But they haven't done anything with everything they have. Simply squandered all of their time. Truly a sad story about them.
That's interesting.
Why do you say that?
Oh, no reason. I just don't quite agree with you. I think that they've had great reason for what they've done.
I really like the way you play close to the chest. I tried to pry information from you so simply, and you take it back.
Well, a man with your stature, I think, is quite well guarded.
You've got to be after centuries.
And when I hear tales of your ability to barter and play the favor game for information, I know it's important. So if you're willing to keep everything so closely held to your chest, then I figure we'll keep the playing field even, and I shall do the same.
Antonio spoke highly of you, and now I see why.
She is very sweet, and very enchanting, let's say.
She has that effect on people.
Yes.
So, why are you here? Other than to entice me?
Well, not to entice, to introduce myself.
Really? You walk in here smelling of dried blood and you don't think, like, is this a tease? What is that?
You see, I've done too much and been in too rough of situations for someone. I take that as an insult.
That you smell of dried blood?
Yes, because I feel like as if you are treating me like an animal.
I think that is where we got off on the wrong foot.
Mm-hmm.
In my perspective, it felt like a trap. To walk in here smelling like that? Surely you don't mean to smell like dried blood. You're clean, are you not? Do you need the place to shower?
Oh no, I'm clean, to the best of my ability. Unfortunately, my line of work puts me around blood.
He does not smell like blood. Pointing to Pizor.
He does have better shower habits than me. We have this large brush on the ship. It's Pizor's brush. So,
Pizor tussles his hair like Fabio.
there's some side wind, just slightly. Both Octavia and I are both like,
Oh my God. I'm sorry to have offended you. It felt like a trap. Knowing the reputation that I have, it is well known I am a vampire. I'm not going to hide it from anybody, right? But I did not take blood. I only drink blood that is given to me. So, when somebody that has never met me, knows my reputation, walks in here smelling as you do, I took it as an affront. I apologize.
well, thank you for that. I think, as you can tell from my mannerisms, that there is no affront here at all.
You seem tense.
Of course I'm tense.
Why?
Why would I not be?
Two friends talking?
With all due respect, we aren't friends. Not yet.
That is true.
Not yet. And it's not that we can't be, but I don't know you and you don't know me. We've heard what other people say about us, about each other, and that's all we know.
I
Wouldn't you
feel like
agree?
I know so much about you already.
From the public's eye, maybe.
That's true.
You know?
You're deeper than I anticipated.
Life is but a deep ocean.
Who said that? Is that a quote? Or is it from you?
Yes, I just made it up on the spot.
It was deep,
Thank you.
like the ocean.
You see, and this is where I think we can have a great friendship. Oh.
I would drink to that.
Out of my general curiosity, it is said that you were around before the planet was destroyed by the Ascanorials.
Which planet? All of them? Or Krillterra?
Krillterra, from what I know.
Yes.
What was it like compared to everything nowadays?
Well, you see, I was never actually on Krillterra.
Ah,
I'm from deeper. Well, I'm not deeper, more closer to the sun. I hail from Recastile.
and which number of planet is that?
The second from the sun.
There's 10 planets?
I think so.
13.
Let me count. I am going to count here in my notes. 1 second. One. Two. You asked for it. 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There used to be 14. Now there are 12. Yes, I am from the before times. Why do you ask? Oh no, you asked of Torvingard. Or no, not of Torvingard, of Krillterra. I'll let you write these notes down.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
In the meantime,
Do you mind spelling that one for me? Because that is quite the name.
Recastile. Recastile. I had to throw that in there, I'm sorry. I do not say blah blah blah.
While you're there, what was the... I know the third as well. Starts with an A.
I believe that would be a Kara.
Yeah. Kara. Is it the third or the fourth?
It is not the third or the fourth planet from the sun. It is.
That's the seventh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is the seventh. Akara is the seventh.
How do you spell Kara?
Achara.
Do I know the third? Why is something in my head tell me I know the
1,
third?
2, 3. Nope.
Okay, fair enough.
You were on the fourth planet from the sun.
I was.
No, you currently are. Vishtratar is.
Vishatar is the fourth.
Yeah. I'm not counting the Terran fields as a planet.
Okay, cool. Just pure interest, really. As I've discovered so much more through travels, it's just interesting to talk to somebody that's been around long enough to have seen all that action happen, rather.
It was a different time. Very different, I could say.
Yes.
Watching worlds come and go, be created, transformed, and then ultimately shattered. It wasn't long I was alive during that time. I was but a boy on Recastile, ready to take on an entire empire.
Were the gods prominent
Oh yes, absolutely.
before the Ascanorials decided to ruin everything?
They were. They had quite the presence on Recastile.
Were you a fan of anyone?
There was a few that my family in particular worshipped. Legiar was the greatest. He was the biggest influence of our people.
Oh, that's fair.
I was once a paladin in his name.
Really?
Yes.
You don't strike me as the holy type.
Centuries, I tell you.
Well,
You get a little jaded, especially once you see the gods are nothing.
what do you mean by that?
Was it not displayed by the Ascanari? They destroyed them. Because of the gods, all of their followers are dead.
Well, we definitely differ in that thought. I think that's a very closed-minded way to think about it.
Ask the Ascanari themselves.
Right, somebody that thinks that they're bigger than everyone else.
Who,
Should
the
be-
Ascanari?
Yeah, should be. They should be in control, and that they should be in the god's shoes.
I'm not saying they're good at their job. They're terrible at managing this sphere. They've lost control, truthfully, and they don't even care. That is the problem we fight today. But they did a very good job of getting rid of the gods.
See, that's where I find it curious that you say that you were a paladin of Legion, and you say that they did a very good job to get rid of them. The gods are balance.
I am aware.
It is such pessimism and closed-mindedness to say that the Ascanori elves do better than the gods did.
Oh, I'm not saying they did better than the gods did.
You're implying it to a certain regard.
The worlds that the gods had created, they truly were wonderful. Recastile was incredible. A flourishing planet. Now it is a barren wasteland of borderline nothing.
Right, because of one vile assailant.
Look at Vistotar. It was the same as well. I had never visited before this happened, but look at what remains. Even here on this moon, there is presence of inhabitants. You fly over Vistotar, you see the ruins of great civilizations. Everything has its cycle. Everything ends.
And that's fair. I don't disagree with you with that. Unfortunately, life does have a limit.
I haven't found it yet. Let me clue you in a little bit about the Escanari and why I say what I do. You see, when they left Kurotera was already doomed. It was bound to be destroyed. They left to avoid it. But when they did, they purposely sabotaged it. They made sure when it fell, the gods would fall too. And then they set their plan in motion. They almost succeeded. Clearly, and he points to your symbol of Themis, clearly they didn't finish the job, but I mean, look at the state they left the sphere in. Of course they didn't finish the job. This place is in shambles. Right before the taking. Waiting for someone to move in and take the power.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, maybe, but the gods are on their comeback.
By all means. I don't want the power. This is enough.
You just want what's easy. Ultimately, then.
You could say that.
How long have you been a vampire, then?
It's been a long time, sorry, I do think. Probably a little over 1800 years. It wasn't soon after the Ascanori attacked that I was changed.
Did it hurt?
Yes. Emotionally, physically. Everything was ripped from me.
Is there any benefit?
I'm still here. I have found pleasure in life. I see the fleeting moments as nothing but fleeting. Blink and it's a new day.
I'm just curious.
You could try it if you want.
It's not really something you can necessarily take on a test drive.
I have not found a cure yet, but at this point, if I found a cure, I'm sure I would just wither away.
Does a remove curse not work?
I don't know. I don't think I want to try.
No.
Unless it's on somebody else, by all means. A learning opportunity.
Absolutely. Well, I think I'll hold on to that favor for now.
That is fine. You are quite a talented man, you know. I would hate to see you leave without at least offering you employment.
Oh, really? What would that be? All ears?
Well, for one, I have a couple of needs right now. And some overarching goals. I am not afraid to admit, I am an enemy of the Ascanari. An enemy of them is my friend. Anybody that can help bring me, that can help bring about their downfall, I would greatly be appreciative. You seem a man bent on that path.
Okay. Didn't really feel like a request. That felt more like a rhetorical statement.
For starters, you have done us a tremendous favor in bringing that helm to Antonia. I would like one of their jammers. Alive.
Okay. That might be said. Easier said than done.
It is no small feat. That's why I figured you would be the great one to ask.
Okay.
Tantum, he hasn't even bothered to try.
No. Why would he, though? There's no reward in that risk for him.
There is great reward.
Not within his shoes.
I have played enough of my cards with him and the king and even you here now. It's time I hold them close.
And if I were to accomplish such a feat, am I just bound to another favor?
More than a favor at that point. Well, I mean, I suppose it would still be a favor, of course, that I'm doing, but more of a major benefit to you in the fight against the Ascanari.
And you said you had more.
More what?
Something else that you were interested in having accomplished?
Who, me?
Yes, you said you had a couple things.
Oh, I mean, I would always like to try your blood. You smell incredible.
Yeah, that's asinine. Anything
It
else?
was a simple ask.
Yeah. I'm very guarded.
Understandably. Let's start with the Ascanari Spelljammer. See where that gets us. The sooner the better.
Well, sure, everything sooner the better. We'll be making our way to Akara
For the Thrycrane, I assume.
Yes, to check on some old friends.
Hmm.
Because most of the Githyanki, they are coming from further away.
They are.
Is that correct?
Yes. Antonia told me that the Ascanari are working with the Githyanki now.
Yeah, unfortunately, they are. From what our understanding is.
That was news.
What the heck?
It has been some time since we've even encountered the Ascanari, so whatever seems to be happening within the sphere, the Ascanari are trying to finally make their move. Whether that be because they're weak, or because they're grasping for power, I think now is the time to strike against them.
And what would the name of that 10th planet be?
The 10th planet.
Yes, the one where the Githyanki are coming from what looks to be the moon.
Is this your favor?
No, that is comical. Don't worry, then I'll find it out on my own.
Good.
It's just simple information. I thought we were just old friends talking at this point.
I told you I've played too many cards. It is time I hold something back.
Fair enough.
I feel like I've been generous enough.
Interesting.
You do not feel as such.
You see, you haven't really given me any information that is special necessarily, so for you to say that you've been generous in your revealing nature is quite laughable. I find that if we're going to create a strong friendship here, one that you can trust me and I can trust you, and you look for somebody of my skills and nature to go accomplish things while you sit here in the dark, then you would think that a little bit more could be shared. But if this is where we call it for the day, this is where we call it.
I do not just sit here in the dark. I am biding my time.
For what?
For
You've been alive for 1800 years.
what is a few hundred more?
Correct.
The time is getting close, I can tell you that. Look around you. Further. Do not physically look around you, fool. Think about everything that's come around you. Do you think these are normal circumstances that happened in the past 100, 200, 300 years?
To be the bearer of bad news, Octavian, I can't tell you. From our history, we give none to the outside world.
And I can tell you, for the past several centuries, nothing has been happening in this sphere. A void. And now, the hunger crop up out of nowhere. These Artuk try to create a planet. The Ascanari finally show up. The Surlons starting to make a presence. It's all very curious, is it not? Why right now?
I would agree.
I bide my time for when it is right.
Good.
I believe it is soon.
Fair enough. Who might argue with that logic?
Now, what information do you think would be fair for you to feel like this has been a beneficial start to our friendship? If you says you have had nothing yet.
If I'm to bring you an Ascanori an Ascanori ship,
Not the ship, just the jammer.
well, I brought,
Alive. I'm sorry if I did not make that clear.
You did, apparently, and my brain just went, jammer ship. Like, I was like, I have to bring back a ship.
If
I was like, I guess I can, like, do that and, like, infiltrate it, and then it's going to be kind of a pain to bring it back, but, like, I can't do it. That is so funny. I wish I would have not said it, and then just done it, and you'd be like, what are you doing?
That would have been incredible.
Especially if I would have killed the jammer, and then just brought a ship back, and he's like, no, you idiot, you bumbling buffoon.
That would have been the best possible arc, and I'm kind of upset that I cut it short.
So funny. Just let your players make dumb mistakes, guys.
Yep.
If I'm to bring back, give me some kind of really useful information about the Ascanori elves. Something that is dreadfully discouraging to them. Something that is so anti-Ascanori that it helps me in my fight against them.
I'm not going to lie. That is hard information.
I'm not asking for a book. I'm asking for one piece of information. Something to get me on the right foot.
Again, that is hard because the Ascanori have not made their presence known. Whenever they made their move against the gods, whenever they thought they succeeded, they spent a few centuries hunting down the gods, but more importantly, killing anybody that believed in them. Hence, I do not believe in them. An act of self-preservation, and then over the years, a realization.
The gods are better served.
If you served the gods in that time, you died. As millions of people did.
Well, don't you think that if those millions would have come together, they would have stood a chance against the Ascanori?
But they didn't come together.
That's my point.
And now there are not millions. These planets are stragglers.
Then it's no time like the present time for everybody to be one, to unify in the fight against Ascanori.
And you're getting so close to exactly what I was trying to tell you.
And what is that?
The Ascanori have done nothing but make enemies. Throughout this entire sphere. Even outside of the sphere, apparently, they have enemies. So unify them. The Thrycreen are not as useless as I might claim.
Oh, I fully understand that.
They're a hearty people that have lived for as long as I have. Not as individuals.
Is there a city on Akara?
There is.
Are you willing to give me that information then? And that is where I will feel very pleased.
You will.
Where should I go?
Most importantly, you will not be able to breathe on Akara.
Why is that?
The atmosphere is not conducive to mortals or people like you. The Thrycreen, of course, perfectly fine. You will need some kind of breathing apparatus.
Like a scuba tank.
If I knew what that was, yes.
Yes. I just came up with it. I was just thinking of like a tank that sat on my back, full of air.
A possibility, I suppose.
We will figure out something. But that is very kind information to give me. Thank you.
And I'll tell you this. Akara is a ruthless planet that has hardened the Thrycreen into who they are. They themselves are warriors because they have to be. They are not the top of the food chain on Akara. The Ascanari tried to conquer Akara. They failed.
Okay.
There's a lot to that planet. Is that enough?
I feel very pleased. That is going to be very helpful.
And I do not feel very pleased. I feel like I played too many cards.
Well, when you have somebody that's willing to bring you a jammer, I don't really feel like that you've played too many cards. I feel like you played the right amount of cards. Because if I'm not mistaken, nobody else has walked in here and said that they would be willing to bring you one.
Not one. Final ask. A drop of your blood?
No, sir.
One day.
It's a pleasure.
It was a pleasure, Commander Carson.
Sure, we will speak again.
I would hope so. With that jammer with you.
I'll do my best.
Farewell.
Farewell, Octavian. Paizo, are you ready?
Yes, please.
And I walk backwards, watching him.
Okay. And you and Pizor leave. and
What a
exit.
pompous asshole.
He was a lot. Wrong voice. Completely lost Pizor.
It's much easier to talk like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Pizor agrees with you.
I'm doing the Arthur thing right now. My fist is like clenched. I was like, I've not been one to be so brash and jump into a fight. Just doesn't feel right.
What, him?
Yeah. I don't want to talk about it. I'm upset.
And that's where we're going to take a break.
A break.
A break!
Okay.
We're going to break
See
in
you
the
after.
midst of episode 36.
The break time mid-roll. Cha-chink.
Ka-chink. Hello, and welcome back to episode 36. You're joining us back from the break that we just took, mid-episode break. So we're diving back in with Carson and Pizor leaving the vampire den deep within Raftport. You're walking back up the kind of like the spiraling, carved-out caverns, back up towards wherever you're headed, wherever your next destination is.
Starhammer.
The Starhammer,
Yeah,
okay,
setting
awesome.
Starhammer to head back to Vistratar to get ready for the biggest moment of Carson's life, maybe, at this point. I
Right
don't
on,
know.
yeah. Absolutely.
Demonstration of Femus's power.
Okay, I like it. So you're headed just straight up and out, no stops.
No, I mean, I guess we literally pop into Tantham's office
Mhm.
and just go, since I guess it's on the way out, and go, hey, we're heading back. Sunset tonight is showtime.
I will make sure that everyone that matters is there.
Very good.
Tell the king, I suppose. But
Will do.
Everyone on Raftport, I will make sure
Okay,
is there.
absolutely. We'll see you shortly.
Good luck.
Thank you.
I believe in you.
That means a lot. And I'm go.
Okay,
Palms are sweaty.
knees weak.
Arms are heavy.
Yeah. Too bad you're not wearing a sweater. Uh-oh. What was for dinner?
British spaghetti. I do love some spaghetti. So yeah, we'll head to there, and then I would go straight to the king then too, also to go ahead and
Okay, so
try to catch counsel, or at least pass a message to him. Even if I can't communicate with him, to say, hey, he needs to know this. This is going to happen today. And tonight at the waterfall. Sunset at the waterfall.
Sunset at the waterfall.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. You make your way back to the Starhammer, a quick walk. Basically just beeline it right up and out of Raftport from Tantham's office. You hop back on the Starhammer. Most everybody's kind of going about their day. You hear the tinkering of Zage within his workshop up on the deck. But otherwise, everyone else looks like they're busy. The auto gnomes are currently affixing the new ballistas to the where the other ballistas were previously mounted.
Heck yeah. Okay. Zage, you ready to take us back?
Yeah, back to Visrotar?
Yes, sir. We need to get back.
Oh, yeah, right away.
All right, thank you.
How did the meeting go?
That man's a coward.
Mm.
He is someone that waits for the opportunities in people's darkest times, is what I kind of gathered. He has a lot of information. He's been around for a very long time. We'll see. He asked us to bring back a Ascanori jammer.
Oh,
I don't really know how I feel about that, to be honest with you.
that is an odd request. To what end?
He needs it. I traded his wife that jammer we'd found. The helm.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He needs a jammer to control it. But I don't quite know how I feel about kidnapping someone.
Can he not just jam himself? Why does he need the jammer of the Ascanari to do that?
To be frank with you, I don't know that he understands how it works. And from my understanding from what Antonia said, there is something that they can do to unlock the potential between each other.
Potential between each other.
Like Ascanari and ships.
Oh,
I think it's very similar to the Ori. What you've been able to accomplish with us seeing in that
yes.
same concept, I think it's similar to that.
Okay,
So
gotcha.
maybe they can do that from the helm, and when they're thin, like the Ori's kind of combined into their helm. I'm spitballing, but
I mean, it would make sense if the Ascanari knew more about spell jamming than we would. Before we had ventured outside of the Terran fields, we didn't even know you could cast spells out of the helm.
true. And they've been
So-
doing this for 2,000 years. I mean, a
They
little
have
bit
the
of a head
leg up.
start. Yeah.
Yeah. By all means.
But I just don't know how I feel about kidnapping someone and bringing them to him. It's such a moral dilemma, ultimately. I know it would bode us great information, but it doesn't feel right. I don't know.
Can I weigh in?
Sure.
I don't think you should.
That's confirmation of what my heart was saying.
I just think I just think if Carlyle was still here, he would not bow to a vampire like that. Who knows what he's going to do with that jammer? Who knows to what end whatever he's trying to accomplish? Is it worth it? I don't think so.
I'm really glad you're here, Zage. Okay.
I'm just an old gnome.
No, you're a wise old gnome.
I've always thought of myself as more intelligent than wise, but
On paper, if you were to assign a stat to it, sure.
that's a weird thing to say.
It is, but in real application, Your intelligence breathes into your years of existence. Thank you. And I will take that with great weight. Let's head back. We need to speak with the king.
Just know, whatever decision you make, I'll support you. I have my own personal opinions, but I am not the commander. I am just a friend.
Well, you're cutting yourself short there.
About 3'2". On a good day.
Yeah.
Whenever I've hung from the inversion table.
I swear when I first met you, though, you were about 3'3".
You flatter me. I'll get to the helm, Carson, okay? You don't have to beg that much. Off to Vistrotar, then.
Alrighty.
And it's not but a couple of minutes before you feel the Starhammer fall away from the docks that they had been supported in, that kind of like suspend over Raftport themselves in like that bridge situation. And then you leave Raftport and head off to Vistrotar. It's a very short jaunt, and you fly down, finding yourself within the city. I'm going to do some quick research here because I do believe the 19th was was one of the anniversaries.
It was. That's why we picked it, I think. In fact.
Yes. Okay. I believe you're right.
So I guess a certain number of people will have to stay up on Raftport then. Well, does it reset? Like once you're off for a day, does it reset? Or does it have to be off like a certain amount of time?
They haven't really determined how long you have to be away from it. It's just kind of one of those things where they send them up whenever it's basically a week in advance, just to cover their bases.
Sure.
And it seemed to do wonders. So, yeah. The 19th of Charsteel, which is today, is the anniversary of the, I think it's the fourth wave of settlers, which is when the Ark
big stuff.
Yeah, so that's whenever the settlers really ramped up in volume. So it is not just several hundred, it's thousands of people that would be affected today. But this is the anniversary, or 6 months to the day of that. And you are, for all intents and purposes, we can speed it along. You land back down at the docks. Once again, the arrival of the Starhammer does make a commotion, but there's a little bit more respect held for your guys' privacy. There's still eyes that are drawn to you guys as you are berthed to the docks and then take your leave. But a lot of eyes drawn to you. Not a huge crowd taking. Most people seem as if this is getting closer to normal. Pleased to see you, but regardless. You step off of the Starhammer, or you take anybody with you?
No, I mean, I would just kind of tell everybody that there will be a demonstration, like we're going to do a demonstration this evening for FEMAS at the fountain at the base. I would say be prepared to leave tomorrow at sunrise. But the rest, you leave for the next 16 hours or so.
Pazor stops you and he says, "Would you mind if I gathered as many as I could from the Rawas? I think they should see this too."
If you think you have time to accomplish it, yes. That's fine.
If you lend me the Starhammer?
You should go hop down and steal one of the Arks. Nah, don't do that. We might get in trouble.
Zage, do you think you could pull a couple of strings?
Sure. We can try, by all means.
They probably haven't flown in quite some time. It's probably better just to take the Starhammer if you can.
I don't know. I kind of like the idea of the Ark. I'm going to pursue this one.
Okay, fair enough.
And then Zage and Pizor wander off together, kind of off in a different direction.
Jump off, land in the lake, and then
Yep,
swim.
yeah, absolutely. Pizor just does like a perfect dive where he just all the way down until he just tucks in.
Excuse me, thank you.
Like, bless you.
And then Zage's belly flop.
There's one of them just, "Ah!" And then he slowly sinks into the water. At that height, water's as hard as concrete, so.
Yeah, that height.
Yeah.
They just splat.
Yeah.
He keeleth goldfishes. I'll make my way to the king's palace under the mountain.
Yeah. You see the similar guard that you had met once
Rubble.
previously. Rubble, good job.
Captain Rubble.
Captain Rubble. You're absolutely right. I had forgotten the name, truthfully. That's why I avoided it. So thank you. Inspiration to you if you
Thank
need
you.
it. You head towards the king. On site, Rubble just kind of steps away. Most of the other guards fall away.
At ease, Captain.
Carson. Or Commander. And you
Just
Minecraft
walk
walk up the stairs into the king, or into the hall of the Palace of NT. We haven't really named it, but
Palace under the mountain.
Palace under the mountain. Palace of the mountains? I don't
Palace
know.
within the mountain.
Yeah.
Palace. A bee. Okay, but
You find that you last saw him on the throne, he's not there. There is kind of like an attendee nearby that is just standing, like a human, just in the wings.
good morning. Is Your Highness available, or?
Oh, the king, yes. Of course, yes. Commander Carson, I recognize you now. I'm so sorry.
You're fine.
The king is with his advisors, but he can have the time, of course.
If I would be able to, interrupt, that would be lovely. It won't take much of his time. And in fact, if he's speaking with his advisors in Pierce and Zishan, then I wouldn't mind communicating with him as well. Please.
1 second.
Yes.
And he kind of like nervously runs away into one of the side rooms, disappears for a couple of moments, and comes back and he says, right this way, and kind of gestures you to follow him.
I do.
You head through that doorway and down a couple halls before you enter into what would be an advisory council chamber. It is kind of like a long table with the king sitting on one end, and you see several of his advisors sitting. Pierce is present, as is Zishan. You see there's a couple seats that are empty, but there is room at the end of the table for you to be standing or seated, whichever. And currently they're just speaking. As you enter in, the conversation halts and all eyes fall to you. And the king says, Good morning, Carson. It is a pleasure to see you again here.
Good morning, and pardon my interruption, Your
It
Highness.
is no interruption. Step forward, please.
And I'll step to the table and I stay standing. I just wanted to inform you that today will be the day, this evening, at sunset, at the fountain, the waterfall, is where I will perform a demonstration of Femus's power.
Oh. Well, do you care if I ask what you have planned?
Femus has blessed me with certain gifts that I plan to exorbitantly use. I think that's the best way to put it.
What do you need from us?
Nothing other than ability to spread the word to all the citizens and denizens of this lovely town.
He nods over to one of his advisors. And they nod back, and he says, "It will be done."
Tandem will be coming down with as many that he sees fit and those necessary.
Good. So you've been up to Raftport.
I have.
Thoughts?
Very well established. Octavian is rather pompous.
That's saying it lightly.
But it is coming along quite nicely. I think it'd be very promising for the city.
It is a good development. People
Yes.
are really pushing the boundaries there.
Yes, I would agree. And then I should mention as well, my quartermaster Pizor and then Zage are on the way to the Rawwas people to bring them as well,
Mm,
to help spread as much as we can.
good.
Is there any front between what you've been able to discover with the 3 angelic figures in my absence?
There has been a bit of a development, and he gestures over to Zishan. Zishan kind of nods at him. A bunch of nodding going between everybody, because I don't want to switch voices constantly. But the king says, Zishan has confirmed that those witches are, in fact, the gods. Based upon the descriptions several eyewitnesses have accounted for, that would be, and pardon me while I pull up the names of the gods.
Sure.
Oh, dude, it's in here. I have it in physical notes, I think.
Logan's looking up gods. And you know what you could look up? Roll for Sketching on Instagram. And check out all of the cool art that she creates. You'll see some stuff from our show, of course. And you'll see some of the other awesome stuff that she's either commissioned or just done in her free time. And she is quite talented. She makes some really cool stuff, so go check her out. Hit her a follow. And if you're going to do that, you know, what's a little bit more effort? To go check out In the Vast Forest on Spotify, where you can listen to all these awesome tunes at your game, or studying, playing video games. It meshes with a lot. Imagine any game, you know?
Mm.
Just sitting there chilling, playing. But I will shut up.
Or playing a good D&D game with your friends.
Yeah, that was
Good
the first thing I
background
said.
music. Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
I wasn't listening
It's
because
fine.
I was looking for gods.
It was my moment, okay? It was my ad read. Please.
He confirmed that it is Zobre, Predona, and Tiara.
The 3 goddesses are coming down and do this. What?
He even agrees it is strange themselves to be having this. On today, the anniversary, he's going to be trying a ritual tonight to make contact with them. It is a risk. We have several of the volunteers that have stayed behind,
Oh.
that are basically willing to undergo the change.
Would you like me to be a part of that?
You can if you want to. I don't know what you can offer, but
Damn.
I'm not going to lie. We don't even know what we're doing.
No, that's fine. If you need my assistance, I'm there for it. But no, I completely trust Zishan's ability. So,
We have some of the volunteers from the 4th wave of settlers that are going to be willingly undergoing the change. Hopefully. We have guards on standby to make sure nothing goes awry. We've got a couple of priests that have taken to worshipping Femish in the wake of Ogri that are going to help with the ritual. And then Zishan, of course, is going to be overseeing it.
okay. That's great. Hopefully we can... you've already accomplished so much, but to continue learning for answers is phenomenal.
We have our suspicions that it is actually linked to the moon as well.
To Dyphus.
Yes.
Interesting. Okay.
To what end, we don't know, but we haven't even been to that moon. Maybe that is our next step.
Yeah, now that you say that, that might be where I go in the morning.
Oh, really?
Why not?
I don't suppose why not. It's just something that hadn't occurred to me.
Right. We can at least look around.
Of course.
We'd like to go to Akara, which is 3 planets further away from the sun than where we are now, to try to establish a more intermittent relationship with the Thrycreen, to help us in this battle. As we're quickly finding out, it's pretty much everybody hates the Ascanorian elves. Maybe besides the Gith Yankee.
That's good to know.
So, and I think if we can unify the fronts, that'll only make us all stronger.
I trust your judgment on who would be a good ally.
Thank you. I'll do my best to not lead us astray in any fashion. So I'll vet as best I can.
Good. And if there's anything we can help you along that process, let us know.
Of course. In my moment, if I may, I've had a lot of time to think since we'd spoken last, and I cannot remember if I did it or not, and if I didn't, then it is my mistake, but it is, for what it is worth, it is my recommendation that Zishan be one of your advisors. And Zishan, I'm not making any calls for you right now by any means. This is, you make your own decisions. But I think it would be a very high benefit to the people, to Zishan and his new wonder, rather rediscovering wonder, for him to stay here and help redevelop our beliefs in the gods, and spread the knowledge that you are so capable of having. I feel like it would be amiss for you to be stuck on the ship. Not to say we didn't enjoy your time with us, but for you to be stuck on our ship, locked away further again, I don't think would do you well, Zishan.
Zishan chimes in. I appreciate your honesty. I think it is also wise that I stay here. I feel a need that these people have, and I do think my skill set would be best benefited here, spreading the knowledge that I have of the gods. Many of them are, I'm afraid, gone, but not all of us. And I include myself lightly in that camp. Maybe one day again. But for now, I call this place home. I would be honored to be an advisor. And the king speaks up. I think more than an advisor, in the absence of Ogri, we really need a new high priestess, or in your case, high priest, to make sure the worship of Femus is led properly. More than just Femus, though. We need to worship all of the gods. We can't be closed-minded in what we worship. We have to spread it out. Our people will grow. The gods will grow. And eventually, the Ascanori will fall. Cousin, your advice is greatly appreciated. Is there anything else we can do for you?
No, you've done everything I've asked.
So your display of Femus's power, that will be tonight.
Yes, sir.
Understood.
Well, I will leave you to it.
Of course.
Again, pardon my interruption.
No interruption at all. At this point, you could sit if you wanted. But I know you're a man of important business.
No, I better prepare for this evening.
As we will, as well.
Okay.
Farewell, Carson. We'll see you tonight.
Good day. And I will retreat back to the Starhammer then.
Okay. You go back to the Starhammer. You find it lacking of Zage and Pizor. Even Brish is gone at this point, so it's just you and the automatons. And
What's up, guys? How's it hanging?
last
Arifa.
Thank you. I was like, I know it starts with an A. I kept trying to say Akara, and I was like, I know that's right. Arifa. Arifa is actually tinkering around on the hull of the ship and kind of reinforcing it. So you see like a harness and a rope over the side of the ship when you walk up, and you see her small frame kind of just scooting along, making small repairs.
Go straight to my room, and I spend the next. What time of year is it? Shore still is
Springtime, I believe.
It's sun setting 7-ish, arbitrarily.
It's early spring. Well, middle of spring, so yeah.
So I spend the next X amount of hours till 6:45 in a meditation / praying.
Okay, absolutely. Make a religion check.
Make a religion check. 14.
14, okay. In your meditative state, you have a really tough time getting to there to begin with. Until finally you fall into what almost feels like a trance, like a dream-like state. And you're surrounded by thick mists that kind of roil around your feet, a bright light that illuminates everything around you. And then you find yourself exactly where you remember meeting Themis last, in this grand hall, kind of like an atrium, where there are several thrones. You're staring forward, and you see the large throne that Legiar once occupied, empty, and then directly off to its left, Themis, kind of in a contemplative stance, and he's just leaned forward, fingers steepled, staring straight past you, where you know behind you is that throne of bones, of what would be the throne for Morid. And as you approach, Themis looks down at you. Carson, everything that is about to happen and everything that has happened is because of you. You do not understand the debt that we are in on your behalf. I know everything that you prepare weighs on you heavily, but I cannot go forward without asking more of you. We are scattered and broken. I can't help but look at all that the Ascanari have done to my family, to bring us so low, to bring me so low. I need you to bring them their end. That is my goal for you. Not my goal, my task. Is this something you're willing to accept?
Yes.
And you know your path forward.
Slightly. I know not where the Ascanorios are. We know of mild footprints, but not where they lay their heads.
I do not know either. Somehow they remain beyond my sight, beyond my realm of power, beyond this crystal sphere. They lurk. I feel their presence. I feel the presence of Morid, just on the edges, as if they're watching and waiting, but I can't pinpoint where they are.
Devise a plan to pull them out from the darkness. I'll find a way.
I do know one thing. They rule with fear. It is something we gods once delved with. At our height, our followers were in fear of our power. That fear only lasted so long before they started to question. Fear is not a sustainable source of power. People seek to overcome their fears. So we gods, we do not want to rule by fear. We want to rule by reverence, by respect. That is what I aim to gain. That is what I hope Zishan gains. I do not know how to get there, other than do right by the people that worship me now. But I do know, in our past, we failed. Whenever the Ascanori destroyed us, laid us low, they had every right to. We'd failed everyone we'd served. And those that served us paid the price for our failures. That is what the Ascanori did to us. They didn't kill us. Eventually, they did. They killed our followers. The belief in us. Until one by one we could be picked off as nothing but mere pebbles beneath their feet. And look now. You glance behind you, and you notice that throne of bones is dauntingly large. Larger than what Legiar's is. Larger than Femus where he sits. It is overbearing, this presence behind you that you feel just kind of looms over you. I know this rule of the Ascanori will come to an end. They rule by fear. And with fear, eventually they will overcome it. We will overcome it. That starts with you, Carson.
I will do my best. I'll give it everything I have.
That is all I can ask. And I will do my best. I will do right by the people. I will be the god that I once was, that I should have been all along. I will prove the Ascanari wrong. And we will be better for it. All of us.
I agree.
As you say that, you hear a slow clap from behind you.
What the I slowly turn around.
You see, seated in the large throne, this massive figure. This dark figure clutching a staff, a hood draped over it, and a cloak that covers the entire body. A pale white hand grasps this long staff that has it's adorned with a spear tip that can be described as nothing short of brilliant and blindingly radiant. And as it claps, this slow snarl of a voice creeps out. Well said, Femus. Such a rousing speech you have given your young champion. You think that gives you some kind of leg up in this fight? I know there's fear deep within you. I can smell it. You know, the hardest part of everything that we have accomplished was killing your brother. You want to know why it was so hard to kill your brother? Because no one could get close to him. Not even you, Femus. He held no one close. It was just about gaining his trust. And then, once we had it, we had him. It was just a matter of taking it. I savored that moment as we watched him squirm and scream and beg for mercy. The god of death asking for his own. How very poetic. We loved it. And here we are now. The gods ourselves. Waiting for your demise. I knew you would be here eventually. It was just a matter of waiting. And now here you are. Just like ants to a bait trap. I could stamp you out here and now. But what good would that do? Because I know there are more of you out there. And he points to you specifically. More like you that hold you in reverence. So I think it's time we do what we once did.
and start to kill you all, one by one, until there is no resistance. Only us. How does that sound, Femus? Does that sound like a plan to you? And Femus, as you look back at him, he's trembling, not in fear, in anger. He says, "How did you get that?" And he gestures towards the staff. And Morid caresses it. He says, "Oh, that was our greatest accomplishment. Much easier than killing your brother. Because once we found this, it was nothing but taking the mantle. This here," and he touches it and erupts in this brilliant eruption that blinds you temporarily, and you can feel the radiance, kind of like your inner radiance. It blasts straight through you like an X-ray. And as everything calms back down, you see him now standing and looming over the two of you, this gargantuan figure that dwarfs you and even Femus now. "This was our greatest discovery. Far beyond your sight, far beyond anything you thought capable, was the power to wield the power that you hold so dear. It was just waiting there, ripe for the taking. And once we took it, it was that step closer to our total goal of eradication of you fools. And soon that goal will be realized. Even now, we get ever closer to wherever it is that you guys hide from us. It is only a matter of time until we stamp you all out. And then, Femus, your death will be the one I savor the most. Do you understand what I'm saying? The two of you, time runs out for both of you. I could take you here and now, but it would do me no good. I'll wait until the very last moment. You will be the last of them, Carson Hallowbrand. As I kill everything you've worked for. Your family, your city, your God. Everything you've done will crumble before you for even trying to slight me. And then I will welcome you into the arms of death." And at that moment, he starts to reach down towards the both of you. And Femus lets out this massive roar of a, "No!" And he takes his hammer and he slams it down into the ground, and there's this radiance that erupts from it that blinds you for a moment, like sparks from a forge. And you can't see anything at all until you wake up seated back in the Starhammer.
What the heck? Crazy. Okay.
You wake in a cold sweat. Hal, the mudbat, staring at you curiously. You look around you, and you see Orin Mirabor, the hammer that you once used to destroy Torvengard, propped up against your bed, right where you left it. And you look down, and you see not only your symbol of Femus, but also the brand on your chest, glowing red hot. It's pushing 8 o'clock.
I stand up. I take my shirt off. I keep just my pants on and my boots. And I walk off the ship to the furthest point of the dock. Whether or not wherever that lines up with the ship. And to where I look down.
You kind of had your blinders on as you walked forward. Walking off the ship, you did not even take into consideration the massive crowd that has gathered. It is seemingly everybody. You see several of the spell jamming ships kind of circling up above, the gem hoarders specifically, circling up above, watching down upon you. You see near the base of the waterfall, the 3 arcs have gathered close, and across all of their decks is thousands of people. Surrounding the lake, you see nothing but a sea of faces crowding the docks, as bodies pressed closely together. The entire town has gathered.
They're all down below, though, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, the docks are empty. Oh, I will say that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll make that correction. There is nobody else on the docks but you. You walk to the very tip of the dock, and there is nothing but suspense. A stunning silence rolls over the entire city. The only thing you hear is the thundering of your own heart and the crashing of the waterfall deep, deep down below as you stand on the precipice of the docks. What do you do?
I climb up to on top of the railing, and I stand at the very top. My arms out wide. How high off is that? Is it like hundreds of feet?
Yeah, I'd probably push it as like 400 feet.
Okay, so just over a football field. So if I talked really loud, like if I yelled,
Yeah,
you'd be able to hear it below.
yeah,
I was
absolutely.
thinking it's outside of the waterfall, potentially.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I stand there. I climb up on top. My arms are out wide. In the deepest strength of my soul, I bellow out. My dear friends, I've asked you all to come and bear witness to the power that we all are capable of collecting. The gods are free once again, and we need them now more than we've ever known before. Themis is free from the chains that once bound him under the mountain. He listens to you all, and he hears each and every one of you. His brothers, his sisters, there are more than we could have ever imagined. His kin are here. Zishin, the son of Themis, lives among us. The god of knowledge aids us in our battle against a foreign threat none of us could have ever seen coming, but one that would gladly wipe us all out. I've been blessed, and I mean truly blessed, by a gift of Themis directly. And my symbol on my chest, I draw my hand up, and I'm going to cast Brand of Castignation on myself, if you allow it at this moment, on my symbol, to allow it to just like hopefully glow.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I draw my hand back out.
This large radiance erupts from your chest that shines bright like this giant yellow spotlight coming off of you.
Themis' power is great again, but he needs your voices. He needs you to call him. With my arms spread wide, I look out and I jump. And I free fall in the most comfortable state I've probably ever been in. Arms are out wide, my legs are together, and I'm just falling. And when I get 50 feet from the ground, you and I both know what happens. As I'm head first, out of my back, 2 golden spectral wings just erupt. And in that split second, they go from being closed to just outspread completely. And I imagine that it is like a condor's wings. I mean, they are probably like 10 feet from tip to tip, just a massive onset of wings, is where they are just a very pure, radiant gold energy that kind of goes to just white at the very tips of what the feathers are. But as they erupt, and I swoop down above, I'm kind of hovering 30 feet above Carlisle's statue.
Right on.
We have the power to save the sphere that we call home. But we have the duty to find worship in those that want to save us. Themis is that said God. Zishin is that said God. Tiara, the goddess of nature, of life, is that said God. Our voices are strong. Please let them be heard. Now is the time more than ever for us to be unified, for us to be one people, for us to be the new Torvin God. This man below me, Carlisle Colchester, that was his dream, for us to be a strong people, for us to be more than just individuals, for us to be a unified front. I ask that of you. What do you say?
There's this long, quiet pause. And truthfully, the crowd has been very quiet for this entire display. When you had jumped off and leapt, there was kind of an intake, a gasp. And then this complete, utter stunned silence as you had unfurled your wings and alighted yourself atop Carlisle's statue just above it. And then as you call out to the crowd, you hear one voice break the silence. I call to you, Themis. I devote my worship to him. To Themis. And then there's mutterings. Themis, 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 all around you. And you hear from the Ark themselves the calling to Tiara. Several people call out for Zishin. Gods all around you, those 3 in particular, Zishin, Tiara, and Themis. Themis most particularly, all called out. It is to the point where the sun has set very low in the sky. And you notice, in the strangest moment, there is a very phosphorescent green that illuminates the entire lake behind you. All of a sudden, as if a giant moonbeam has descended upon the planet. And steam rises up from the waters in this heat that doesn't actually give off heat or anything. It's just overwhelming feeling of radiant energy that you would have felt personally from the radiance bursting out of you. But it seems to overcome this entire area. As people are shouting out, the brand upon your chest is glowing brightly. And then you notice throughout the entire city, marks of Themis that have been carved, amulets that are worn underneath clothing, start to glow brighter and brighter and brighter until they're like beacons upon everybody. And people start to pull the amulets out and hold them high. Anything that is adorned in any kind of marking of Themis itself is held high amongst the Rawas people, they all begin to perform one of the dances that
Cool.
in like a very like mass movement of Tai Chi kind of way,
Yeah.
where they all begin to perform the dances of life that Pizor has displayed for you several times now. And you see some of the water start to quake and lift and gather around and kind of swirl around the ark itself and raise the one that the Rawas people are on itself. And in this moment, the crowd is just chanting all sorts of chants and prayers and devotions to these gods. And that is where we're going to leave it for this evening.
Okay. Holy guacamole, guys. Gravy.
Nicely done.
I had no idea. You know what I mean? It was one of those moments where I'd like, we've talked about it for 2 or 3 sessions now.
Yeah.
And I've just been waiting for that inspiration to come to me. And I just like could not. So that was all spur of the moment.
Yeah. No, I liked it.
Hopefully it was good.
Yeah. No, I liked it.
Goodness, guys. Hopefully you liked it. If not, roast me, you know?
Roast me.
Well, thank you for tuning in to episode number 36.
Wow.
You know, ultimately, you better tune in next week because it's probably about to be some cool stuff.
Yeah. Stay tuned. And we'll see you next week.
See you guys.